Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and welcome to my channel, Cheers Memories Crochet. Today I'm going to show you how to make this cute daisy flower, and there is a lot you can do with them. Here I put two together and I put a chain on them, and you can hang them on your bags, your rearview mirror, and I also made them into a granny square. Now the flower is not my pattern. I just saw it on the internet. This is the original pattern, but they didn't have the granny square. And this one is a 24 petal one, and it's really a yarn eater, so I wanted to downsize it. So I made it into a 16 petal flower, which is a lot better. And I also, this one here, the bigger one, has 24 double crochets, and then they have a single crochet in each one. And when I redid it, I didn't do the single crochets. I just like to look better without them, and that also saves on yarn too. So we'll go ahead and get started. Before we get started, I want to invite you over to Facebook to join my new crochet group called Hooked on Yarn and Crochet. And in case you're interested, I will put a link in the description box. And we'll go ahead and get started. I'll get this out of my way here. I'm using a 4mm hook and a 4-weight in yarn. And also the 16 petal one is a little over 4 inches wide. And the larger one, the 24 petal, is a little over 5 inches wide. Okay, first you're going to make a slip stitch. I've already done that. And I'm going to do the one for the 16 petal, but I will tell you what to do in case you want to do the 24 petal. So I'm going to chain 4. And if you're wanting to do the 24 petal, go ahead and chain 5 or 6, probably 6, depending on how loose or tight you crochet. So I did 4, and now I'm going to go slip stitch into that first one I did. Just like that. Now I'm going to chain 3, and this acts as my first double crochet. Now I'm going to go back in there and do another crochet, and I want a total of 16 double crochets, and that includes the chain 3. So go ahead, and if you're doing the 16 petal flower, do 16 double crochets. If you're doing the 24 petal, do 24 double crochets, and that does include your chain 3. And I'll meet you here at the end when we're done. Okay, I've got all 16 of my double crochets. This is for the 16 petal. If you're doing the 24 petal, you need 24 double crochets. Okay, and now we're going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. And now whether you're doing the 16 petal or the 24 petal, if you want to go ahead and do single crochets around it, just go ahead and do a chain 1 and then do a single crochet in each one around. But I'm not going to do that, so I slip stitched. Now I'm going to chain 1, pull my yarn, okay, now go ahead and get the color you want your petals to be, and just attach it on top of any of the double crochets, or single crochet if you did that row. Okay, so now we're going to chain 5. Okay, so now we're going to do a triple double crochet. For those that don't know how to do that, you're going to yarn over 2 times, we're going to insert our hook in the same space that we did the 5 chains. Insert your hook, and then yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you're going to have 4 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over, go through the first 2. Now we have 3. Yarn over, go through the second 2. Now you only have 2 left. Yarn over and go through those. So there's your 5 chains and your triple double crochet. Now we're going to chain 3. So it should look just like that. Now we're going to go right back in here in the space that we just created with the 5 chains and the triple double crochet, and we're going to do 6 double crochets in that same space. And 6. And that's what it should look like. Now we're going to go over here to this very next stitch and do a slip stitch. Just like that. Now we're going to chain 5. Now we're going to do another triple double crochet. Yarn over 2 times. Insert your hook right back in the same stitch as our chain 5. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second 2, yarn over, and go through the last 2. And now we're going to chain 3. Now we're going to go right back in that same space and do 6 double crochets. And 6. So that's what it should look like. Now I'm going to slip stitch right here into the next stitch, and then you will do your chain 5 and a triple double crochet all in the same stitch, and then chain 3, and then do your 6 double crochets in that same space, and continue that all the way to the end. And when you get to the end, you should have either 16 or 24 petals, depending on if you're doing the smaller or larger size. And I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I've got all 16 of my petals. And now I'm going to slip stitch right there in that same space as we started. That's our first chain 5 we did. I'm going to go right there and do a slip stitch. Just like that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to slip stitch all the way up that chain 5 so we can make it to the very top. Okay, now I'm at the top, so now I'm going to go in that same space here, and I'm going to do a single crochet. Now I'm going to chain 2, and now I'm going to get this next petal right here. I'm going to push this one up, and I'm going to go right in the space between this petal and our chain 5, and I'm going to do a slip stitch. A single crochet, I'm sorry. Just like that. Chain 2. And now I'm going to push this petal up and grab the next one. This is our third petal. And I'm going to do a single crochet and chain 2. And you're just going to do this all the way around, and be careful and not get your petals mixed up, because it's really easy to miss one. So be careful of that. Just go in that space and do a single crochet and a chain 2, and just continue this until you get to the end, and I'll meet you there. Okay, I just attached to my last petal. I did my single crochet. So now I'm going to do my chain 2. And I'm going to come over here to this one. This is our first one. So we've already got our single crochet here and our chain 3. So what I'm going to do, I just did my chain 2. I'm just going to go over here and slip stitch into this single crochet. That is our very first single crochet there. Just like that. I'm going to chain 1, pull my yarn and fasten off. Okay. You're going to have to fix your petals. I hope I didn't skip any. Okay, and there's your flower. So if all you want is your flower, then you're finished. If you're wanting to make it into a granny square, I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. You're going to attach here on any of these 2 chain spaces here. Just go ahead and attach on any of them. Somehow my yarn got all messed up. Okay. 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 So now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 4. This is going to be our first corner. Okay, so that chain 4 acts as your first triple double crochet. So now we're going to do 2 more triple double crochets. So yarn over twice. Now insert your hook in that space. Pull up a loop. Yarn over, go through the first 2. Yarn over, go through the second 2. Yarn over and go through the last 2. Now we're going to do that one more time. Yarn over 2 times, insert your hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, go through the first 2. Yarn over, go through the second 2. Yarn over and go through the last 2. Now we're going to chain 2, and we're going to do 3 more triple double crochets. Yarn over 2 times, insert your hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, go through the first 2. Yarn over, go through the second 2, and the last 2. Now we're going to need to do 2 more. Okay, so we've completed our first corner, and they're all triple double crochets, and that's your chain 3 there, or chain 4. So the next space, we're just going to do 3 regular double crochets, not the triple, just the regular double crochet. There's 1, 2, and 3. So now in the next 2 spaces, the next 2 chain 2 spaces, we're going to do 3 more double crochets. And I've got one more space. So now I've got my corner with triple double crochets, and I've got in the next three space, the next three 2 chain spaces, I've got 3 double crochets in each. So now I'm ready for my next corner. But if you're doing, this is for the 16 petal. If you're doing the 24 petal, you're going to go over 2 more chain 2 spaces. Like here I've got 3, you're going to have 5. And then the 6th space, you're going to do your next corner. Here, we've got 1, 2, 3 spaces with our chain 3. And in the 4th space, you're going to do your next corner, which is your triple double crochets. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet you here at the end. Okay, I'm at the end of my row. Now I'm going to slip stitch into the top of that chain 4. And you can do as many rows as you want. I'll show you how to do the next row. It's just a little bit different. We're going to chain 3. Just like that. And then I'm going to go back here. You can do it either 2 ways. You can go on around and do 2 double crochets here. But I'm just going to go ahead and do them. I did my chain 3. That's my first double crochet. And I'm going to go right back in there and do 2 more. And I'm going to go over here to this next corner, but where we did the triple double crochets, from now on, we're going to do just double crochets. So there's 3, and now I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to do 3 double crochets in that same space. And 1 more. So there's our first corner, and you're just going to continue this in each space, do 3 double crochets. And you're going to continue that all the way to your next corner, and you're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets, and just continue that to the end. And you can do as many rows as you'd like, and that's all there is to it. And you have a pretty little granny square. And I love this flower because you can use it in so many different ways and crafts. And I want to thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed my video. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And don't forget to join my Facebook group because I'd love to see what's on your hook today. And hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.